So this little video is a narrative of my multi-stage sort of Alpine excursion in Valais Alps and the Zinal Valley in Switzerland. This is the Valais Alps. I went up from Milan up to going the first day to Cabin de Trasset, which is right on this big glacier. I came up through the Italian lakes, it's Lake Maggiore there, up to Dolomitoso. It's a beautiful route from Milan. That's me. This is my North Face pack, the black one, and then I have a little bit of sort of base camp stuff that I hide in the woods there. But it's a real light pack. A train, get on a train to Geneva. A train is coming up to the Simplon Pass. It was a big tunnel through the Alps constructed around 1906. Then get on some buses and get off the Rhone Valley and start heading deep into the Valais Alps, which is this little town of Zinal, where I disembark. So it's a pretty ambitious hike, especially that a lot of it was done at night. I am prepared for all weather conditions, but this ended up being quite a lot harder. I have done a fair amount of stuff. I've climbed up the Alps many times, climbed the highest mountain in the 48 states, climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, the fourth highest mountain in the world by prominence, and done a fair amount of soloing in the winter in Yosemite. I stored some of my gear for sort of base camp, had out program GPS, integrated GPS mapping in my phone and a backup phone, so I was quite able to go at night. Just sent up there, lots of wildflowers, beautiful sunset. So as you get higher, the trail gets a lot smaller, and you can definitely see the glaciers at the higher altitudes. So going from up to about 3,200 meters, started to feel the ascent, get a lot of winds on the ridge, got pretty high, about 40 miles an hour, enough to blow my glasses off and be quite disorienting in a lot of ways. But there's winds, it's normal in this called the Föhn, an Alpine term when you get up to the ridge. So I'm heading up into these mountains and changed clothes. You can see I've got a helmet on at this point and the winter stuff. And this is just a beautiful valley coming up. I love hiking solo. There was only one person that I met in this this entire day. So this is where I'm headed into. This is looking back over the Rhone Valley, Lac Léman. This route did include several via ferratas, which are fixed climbing.
It's a bit tougher than I thought, but I'm about 200 meters from the hut. It's very dark, still some scrambling here, but they had the light on, so I came over that last via ferrata ridge, so I know I'm close. It's always the last bit that'll get you, so be very careful. Just taking a little break here, and should be off soon. I'll just show you a little bit, if I can show you a little bit of some of the rocks and things, but it's been pretty steep, and it's very steep. Enough that I've got, and if you can see my harness here, see that harness? I've got my harness on for the via ferrata.
The way up a mountain is always longer than you think. The moment will arrive when what seems so near is still very far. It's very true in this case. So once I arrived, I couldn't see anything. I just went into a room and went to sleep and awoke and saw the stunning glaciers. We were right up on the edge of it, Cabin de Trasset, one of the Swiss Alpine Club's jewels. It's a modernist structure. It's made kind of mirrors and just incredible interiors. It's all real modern, and it's my little spot there. I did some sketching and drawing, took a day's rest, and painted this mountaineer. She's a German girl who's been climbing all her life, and they were up with her friend climbing some of these mountains. It's the Weisshorn Massif. It's one of the most famous in Switzerland. And that's me on one of the ridges and looking over at the Weisshorn, the Bretthorn. That's where I'd climbed the day before at night, all through this. And coming up some of these ridges, that's where those fixed ropes were. And there were several of them. It's a great quote. "I'm not thinking about anything when I'm climbing, which is part of the appeal. I'm focused on executing what's in front of me. There is no adrenaline rush."